Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of... I'm still thinking about yesterday's review, because, I mean, it's been about 24 hours, so of course it's still fresh in my mind to a certain degree. But just in general, how it ended up with it actually, being once again a fantastic, funny spoof that's that is able to exaggerate aspects of the of its source material, and has a bunch of inventive moments and some really good timing. All the stuff that you would hope for. And if it weren't for the stated intentions of the video itself, I would have been 100% behind the execution of the project altogether. But I'm not here to talk about that again, because that was obviously the point of yesterday's review. What I mean is, it still got me thinking in terms of the other parodies that we've seen, because weirdly enough, even if it's supposed to not be a loving homage to Miraculous like I originally thought it was, it's still weirdly enough more respectful and more related than a few of the other parodies that we have seen of other source material on this channel. Case in point, Wiz Gaming's parody of Spirit Animals. And of course, to make that point again, I was going to pivot back to Spirit Animals Episode 2, but it's all Wiz. Except, of course, I can't do that yet because I haven't got to the original. So now we're going back into the realms of interesting mechanics and slightly on-the-nose world-building, albeit on the more inventive side. That's where we're at the moment. There's a lot to tackle, obviously, but yeah, that's why we're back here today, because I think this week is going to be another week relating to Gacha parodies as a whole, or not really as a whole, but I guess at least leading up to Wednesday, because tomorrow is D&D again, so that leaves Tuesday and potential. Oh, wait, actually, no, that leaves one, isn't it? Because that's only good time for Wiz. We're going to begin the theme this week. Well then, yeah, so I did put well, I mean, I didn't put this in the title. That was NotZoey. I just copy-pasted it. But there's a third episode before it discontinues, a little hard to find. I mean, that's good to know, because I'm going to forget about that again. Because I think someone mentioned that to me last time. I just didn't remember it. But yeah, NotZoey herself put discontinued in the title, and that's why I kind of carried it over, because I also want to know what caused the discontinuation. But now that you say that, it does seem like it wasn't discontinued from here. Maybe it was next episode where something went horrendously wrong. Ghosty also theorized that it was potentially the parody itself that Wiz Gaming did back in the day that potentially tipped NotZoey over the edge. We know from Angel Edits that, depending on how something is viewed and criticized, can decrease your motivation, especially if someone is relentlessly making fun of it in the way that that one was. We don't have any concrete evidence of that, but it is a solid theory for now. But yeah, I don't know about that. If it's in episode 3, that kind of throws everything under the water. We'll get back to that. Oh, you theorized that, not sorry, I've returned to Ghosty, but yeah. Okay, so you theorized that. Yeah, if it's in episode 3, that somewhat throws a little bit of doubt onto that idea. More so than obviously it not being, a case of, he said, she said, or I guess she created, he parodied, or whatever the equivalent would be in this situation. But yeah, we'll get back to that because we're not there yet. We got to get through episode 2 before anything else. So without further ado, on with the review.
Hey, watch where you're going, you...
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so this is, I think it was the last scene where, she bumps into a character for the second time that she bumps into a high ranker, She had a nickel for every time it's happened. All that. And this is the moment it's right after he says that there's some sort of dream that he's had to do with this a character named Esther, and apparently this is I guess because of a heterochromia potentially because we didn't see beforehand. I guess because of a heterochromia where this is meant to you as the girl of the prophecy, and that was the title of the last episode. So it's very much a case of she has 2 different colored eyes. She must be special. Egads, that all of that stuff. And of course, he is apparently the highest performing student in the school. So it's a very much yin and yang situation here. Classic. So we'll see what happens from here. Also noticing that the walls are more tilted than I remember. It's almost like the corridors at a Dutch angle. I think it's because it's been because the background's been rotated, but not like on an isometric way. It's been rotated just on the regular axis, and that's why it looks like it's kind of like slotted in. So I guess the walls were edited separately. Anyway, back to this.
I didn't look where I was going.
The girl from the prophecy.
It must be her. She is the one. Oh my gosh. Wait, hold on. I guess because she held her hand. Yeah, got your life. Okay.
I'm so sorry about that.
She doesn't seem to be giving off a strong aura like high rankers do at all. In fact,
I mean, no one said that the prophecy was about a high ranker necessarily.
her aura is really low. Just like a low.
Wait, hold on a second. Wait. In the first episode, she successfully bluffed her way out of a confrontation by pretending to be a high ranker in front of an elite ranker, which is lower than high. Follow me on this. And so he immediately backed away as a result. You're telling me that you can sense the aura that someone has, and giving off what rank they are, and that guy from the first episode didn't think to do that, unless it's a high ranker only power, because we do know that high rankers have more skills. But I'm not sure if aura detection counts as a separate skill tied to your spirit animal, or if it's just something that you can innately do if you have an anima, which is the case for everyone in this universe.
Low ranker. That's so weird. But she looks exactly like the girl in the prophecy. With her.
Do people actually analyze people they meet in real life? Am I way of not ask people in detail like that? On a subconscious level, we all analyze each other to a certain degree, because we all judge others automatically. Maybe not in this much detail necessarily. Ironic enough, that's a very Marinette thing to do, since we're on the topic of that from last week. Not last week, what the heck? From yesterday, it wasn't last week at all. It'll be last week in a couple of days, and in one day, I'm going to stop talking now. And a healing sparrow is so going to be a phoenix. It was spoiled in the first episode thumbnail. Oh yes, that was also a thing we talked about, because it turns out there's a level above high ranker, which is mystic ranker. So potentially what's going to happen is that her healing sparrow is going to transform into a phoenix somehow, and that will increase her aura. So it's not like a show like Dragon Ball, for example, where you can, I guess, intentionally suppress your aura to throw people off the scent. Or maybe you can, but in this world, because everyone values power so much, there's almost no distinct advantage to doing so, unless you go by freerun rules. But anyway,
The red eye and all.
Cairo! Are you okay?
oh yeah, his name's Cairo.
Hey, Cairo, snap out of it. Why did you let her go? And she clearly was the one to bump into you.
La 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 la.
Hello, Earth to Cairo?
Kai, you should have taught that girl a lesson to put her in her place. No one bumps into you like that.
Oh yeah, I guess that was why we had 2 bumping in scenes, to show the contrast between the way that Cairo reacts versus I forgot the other girl's name. It wasn't Mabel. Mabel's the one in the red hair in this scene, because she was really she does to torment main character, not Esther. Not Esther, NotZoey. So I guess that was why we had 2. Maybe I sort of get it, but okay. I don't think that term was. I don't know if that term didn't exist when this video was made, or if it's not popular. I'm not sure. Oh my goodness. What could be higher than a high ranker? Main character. Apparently, they only come in like every once in a while. I suppose. Maybe they have 20 skills or whatever, which means there's probably not enough time to see them all.
Leave it. Let's just get to class.
Apparently, this is the room dorm they assigned me. Hopefully.
Also, yeah, I pointed this out last episode, but a thing that happened in Gacha Life is because, like, the way that it mirrors you, if you had, like, a head accessory of some kind, or, sorry, not head accessory, a face accessory of some kind that was on one side of the face, it would rotate it to the other side, because it's just basically flipping the image, which means that the eye patch goes from one side of the eye to the other. So, yeah. A point I made in the first ever Gacha review, actually. Do you love a series that's actually in the perspective of a side character? I will continue Alpha Witch Academy at some point.
Hopefully my roommate is nice.
Because, yeah, that was kind of like a bit of a dynamic in Alpha Witch Academy, supposedly, because, you know, Erica does not have much magical energy because she's basically starting from scratch compared to legacy students, who have got more in terms of raw power. But here's the thing, you know, the point of that was supposed to show that, you know, raw power is nothing without the ingenuity behind it. That was kind of like my intention with that. So, you know. A few ideas and stories like that, but none gacha. Interesting. I've already asked you about like many other, you know, creative endeavors outside of gacha, actually. Maybe I should at some point.
Oh, hello! You must be my new roommate. I'm Riley. Wait. You're the new girl in my class as well. Yes.
That table's levitating off the ground. I mean, yes, that is true. I can see it now. I would maybe say magic, but then again, I guess this isn't. I'm just thinking of Alpha Witch Academy now, of everything being magic, but no. There's a few particular rules here. And yes. Burn the witch! The table's leaving, yeah. Imagine being in the background character or side characters, so like, why are these guys having their not book moment in the middle of the hall? 5 minutes before your later maths. That kind of side character story works for like, you know, sketches, or maybe like a few panels of like a comic strip of some kind. That's what you could do with that, basically. Like you know, like 3-panel newspaper comic strip style things. Or I guess nowadays, most of the time it happens on Instagram. So yeah, that's probably what you could do with that. If you want something where a side character becomes a main character but keeps, you know, their status and, I guess, importance in the larger universe, in quotes, then you would want something a little bit different than that. But hey, you know, depends on the format.
That's me. I'm Brooke.
I want to make a spoof so badly. Yeah, well, we talked about this before. If you ever do a spoof of Miraculous, you know, you've got, you know what not to do.
OMG. I wasn't in the cafeteria, but
And the classic girl bumps into the guy seen in the hallway and they have a crazy love dialogue. Meanwhile, it's a student behind them like, dude, it's a hallway, move it, I'm late to class. If it was the hallway in my secondary school, there was no room for people to, you know, not bump into each other. So yeah, that'd be happening consistently. You're right.
I heard you and
This background pains me. It looks like someone drew in an MS Paint and the wardrobe is slightly uneven. I think someone probably did draw it in MS Paint. I think, from what I can see in the comments, NotZoey did a lot of this herself. Similarly to how, you know, Rosie Closey drew the composite backgrounds in the Music Freaks. Because that's one of the points people made, was they, you know, it was kind of interesting, actually, where someone was like, you know, this girl can edit, voice act, draw, all of this stuff, like, all in one. Which, yeah, it is very impressive. Unfortunately, we don't have time to highlight that because most gacha tubers also do a lot of that stuff if they're not delegating it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is why, you know, potentially this was a case of someone trying to do this thing and I guess it not turning out super well, or turning out like the furniture has no gravity.
Cairo have a, you know, thing?
Who?
Ah, yes, you bumped into somebody and he didn't scold you for it. You must be in love. Logic.
The cafeteria incident? It's been the news circling the whole school this afternoon.
Okay, sure, but by that logic, doesn't that mean that, like, the girl that didn't scold her from earlier also has a thing for her? Oh god, love triangle. Oh no, 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 I take it back.
What news? Cairo let you go without doing anything after you bumped into him. Do you even know what that means?
Yes, and that other girl actively stopped her friend from tormenting her, which feels much more like a proactive movement than anything else. And no one's talking about that, are they?
The guy I bumped into?
Yeah, see, it happens so frequently to her characters, she doesn't even remember the last incident.
Cairo?
You know what they say, if they bully you, it means they like you. Blech. RFA trauma flashbacks from the mere mention of a love triangle in Gacha. My goodness, that show has tarnished so much.
The guy with brown hair and turquoise eyes?
Another show where the creator did the custom backgrounds, actually. Anyway, I saw a girl acting like she's in Disney Channel and flirting with someone. And oh, shut up, you're not Zendaya. Hey, they got the network right. We have Hurry next. Not even God doesn't want to see this. No, that's more Euphoria Zendaya, not Shake It Up Zendaya, or Case Undercover Zendaya.
Yes, he's the head boy of this school and a mystic ranker. He's...
Oh, that explains why they had such high regard for him specifically. I should have caught on to that, admittedly. All right.
A mystic ranker?
I would prefer to have seen it in action rather than having it heard, post hoc, but fine.
Yeah, and everyone's so confused on why he just let you go like that. Wait, have you not heard about the rumors? The one where you're old friends, the one where he has a crush on you, some people say you're his ex.
Well, I mean, you just found out that she has no idea what you're talking about, so why would she have heard the rumors? Surely.
Others say you put a spell on him, others say he was blackmailed by someone helping you.
Ah, yes, a low ranker putting a spell on a mystic ranker, no one noticing. Clearly that would be exactly what's happening.
Also, some people say you guys are secretly dating.
What? No, I never knew who he was until you told me.
I will say, I'm not, disregarding the fact that, these rumors would start, because this absolutely does happen in schools all the time, and for much lesser of a deal, actually. However, I'm saying, what I'm saying now is that, that would have happened to a much greater degree, if people talked about the hallway scene from the first episode. That, it feels like that's what they should really focus on. Or maybe it's because, I guess, Kairo's a mystic ranker and therefore he gets more attention anyway, even if he does nothing. Maybe that's what they're going for here? Maybe.
Phew!
I'm ready for the plot twist that they're siblings. I have a song to send you later.
That's good to know that none of those crazy rumors were true. You see, Cairo has a rep of being the popular jerk. He acts as if he's the king of the world, and he hates low rankers and mid rankers like us, so he finds the tiniest mistake we make and beats us up because of it. Keeps the hierarchy in line, apparently.
Yeah, so we did get a little bit of this from last episode. The problem is that Cairo was introduced in one scene before the cafeteria bumping scene, basically. And I've talked about this before. He gets talked up a lot by the people he sat next to him, and I've stated before that that's a very common theatrical practice, particularly to cover your bases. It's not done as much anymore, but if you go back to classic plays, even early 20th century plays, they oftentimes talk about the main character or characters before they show up. Or if you go back even further to the 1600s and prologues and epilogues read out by people specifically to cover exposition. We've moved a lot from that, but this is one of those worst lingering things that happens sometimes, and I sort of see the point. Because it is interesting to hear about how others talk about somebody and what their perception is because sometimes that perception can be verified or like, validated, and sometimes it's subverted. So it's one of those things that's like, I can see why we're not doing as much anymore, but I also really appreciate when it happens. It's one of those things I can't really, make a definitive stance on. So it kind of happened there, and moreover, they actually talked them up while he was there in the room. He didn't really, he was kind of like in a trance thinking about this dream that he had, the prophecy in the first place, so he didn't really, contribute to the conversation, but it was there. The thing is, that's all that we got. So that introduction technique that I said before, like that's only the starting point. Then you have to actually see what the character that is like or what he does. I think we need like one more scene of Cairo before we got to that stage. Maybe the cafeteria scene should have been like earlier or something, or maybe like or maybe a before school starts scene to have a little bit of a break before the prophecy stuff begins. Not the big, not just that. Because then we can have Cairo in a trance, we can foreshadow the prophecy a little bit more, and then we can have a middle scene, maybe a cafeteria scene before the bumping in, where he actually torments somebody and be like, oh, okay, fine, I see, that they were still telling the truth about him. Then we wouldn't need to have this scene to actually justify his personality via exposition. So all of that stuff, like a lot of what was there, it was, it's one of those things where like all the pieces were there, but they just were, but not necessarily in the right order. I want to make a Morecambe Wise reference here, and I'm holding myself back because no one knows who they are. None of you do, I mean. So yeah, these people up for messing up slightly. In my school is weird. In my school, people don't get beat up for that stuff. The only way beef starts me to threaten someone or upset the wrong person. Here's the thing. Yeah, that then as far as beefs and people getting beaten up, if that ever happens, in schools nowadays, it is much more complex. It is for petty reasons, but it's more of a case of it's like very specific things. It's not how it's like portrayed in media, where you have where it's a case of you're a nerd because I say so, Max Jaegerman style. It's not quite like that. Max Jaegerman was mentioned specifically to be a cartoonish bully in that sense. A literal monster, but literal monsters aren't as much of a thing in the real world, so it isn't as cut and dry as that. So that's why there's a bit of a discrepancy here. In media, it ends up working like this a lot, especially in this world that very much values power. If you think about it, he's actually kind of a Draco Malfoy in this situation. I'm not, it's not a case of the rankings in this world don't work in the sense of, it's not based on DNA. They clarify that in the, again, exposition, the first episode. But it is a case of, the higher rank you are, the more power and status you have, because, it's like a survival of the weakest. Think of like Glandis High from the Owl House, if that's a reference people will get. So yeah, it's one of those situations. So it's a case of, let's teach them to respect the superiors. Like that.
Wow, what a surprise! Yeah. That seems like the typical high rankers here, huh?
Girl, I love you already!
I'm still thinking about Maracas from yesterday, and just the fact that like a character said girl, the best friend character said girl to the main character. Anyway, out of my brain. Later, after the video.
Hey!
I always appreciate when there's when there's extras like in this background area here, and it's been tinted and edited out. Especially now I know the logistics of how it's done, but still, especially back in the day.
You there! Give me.
Yeah, well, yeah, it rarely happens because you can't get away with it very easily. Because as much as a lot of anti-bullying methods are very ineffective, and have to be like very evidence-based, they still exist compared to a media where they exaggerate it and kind of like make sure the character feels very helpless on purpose a lot of the time. So yeah, as far as accusing someone of being a predator in the changing room, yeah, of course, that's always a crazy allegation, yeah, and one that gets thrown around far too easily, unfortunately.
Your money. I forgot my lunch.
What? No.
Oh yeah, and this is always a classic thing. If give me give me your lunch money. I feel like everyone has seen a cartoon bully at some point say, "Give me your lunch money."
Give me your lunch money.
And here we go, with no variation whatsoever. Fantastic!
It's mine.
I do like the statistic things, by the way. I said this last episode, but it reminds me a lot of how Pokemon stats work, which I think is what it's based on, actually. Not the stats themselves, but I mean like the pentagon style formation that they're in.
Why?
Yeah, right. Go for the eyes. Go for the eyes, Papa. That is their weakness. If anyone hasn't watched Sword Art Online Abridged episode 19, it came out a couple of days ago. Just in case anyone slept on that notification. Cable came out. And yeah, that's what I was saying before. You know, in the real world, there's a lot more like complexity and variation behind it. And in media nowadays, people are trying sometimes to have a little bit more nuance to something here, and that is not what we're seeing in this particular moment. That's why this stuff is done through our school system where our parents send it through. It's very ineffective bullying in 2025. Yeah. When I say someone has seen like a cartoon bully do that, I don't mean from like recent media, because yeah, you're right, that is not as much of a thing anymore. In fact, actually, I remember that in my secondary school, it was actually done via thumbprint, actually. No, so you very much couldn't you very much couldn't steal someone's lunch money unless you dragged them over or, ripped off their thumb. I don't know.
Can't you just...
There's a malfunctioning Buddha in some rice. Just throw some rice at her, yeah. Oh, and of course their eyes closed and the glow is still there.
He said, give it to me, scum! Stop talking.
Did she lean in? Is that one of her powers? You can like use telekinesis to like reel someone in to a grasp.
Back. What?
Yeah, here we go. So I guess like, which also, it's always very interesting to me to see these, by the way. To see like how, there's got almost no stats in recovery, like no points in recovery. I like how it's not just a case of, them piling up all of these different things and having just like your high number means you're far better. Because if you saw main characters stats, it actually a lot is more in recovery, because then healing Sparrow, which means that she actually has an advantage in some way over Cairo, or at least somewhere which you can excel more. Which is what you kind of would get in real life. People have different skills and whereas they can excel more. So that. My favorite aspect of this is just the mechanics of how it all works. Maybe not so much how it ties into how the story ran with that concept, but the concept itself. Is the girl Medusa to turn someone to stone? Well, her spirit animal is a jellyfish, which actually, fun fact, is jellyfish in Spanish is Medusa. So you never know. You never know. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. I need to let Aiden in. Okie dokie. Ah, okay. It's giving me occult statistics as well. Good. Alright.
What are you... Oh, crap. He's the Mystic Ranker from yesterday. Has he come to beat me up now?
No, thank you. So she is just a low rank.
Wait, actually, this reminds me of perfect that Aiden is here, by the way. Because Aiden, doesn't this kind of remind you of the first episode of Rick and Morty where Rick freezes a student and he just dies?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know the context of this. I literally don't know the context.
Okay, so she was about to get bullied. It was literally she literally said, "Give me your lunch money," and so he petrified her.
Oh.
Yes, so it feels like that.
I will say this is a pretty weak stone effect, though. Okay, all I'm saying is I have made a character stone, sort of. Coincidentally, it was in technically a Culta, because the background with the statue of Tara Williams in the background, I literally like took Tara Williams' design and used like 3 shades of gray depending on different parts of the body to like make it look like she was a sculpted sculpture.
I mean, yes, and I do appreciate that because beforehand the characters were just staring at nothing when you mentioned that because I just improvised that background.
Yeah, but I have made a character stone before. I feel like at least maybe that.
Okay. Well, okay, that's actually what I was gonna say because the only difference between that and this one, because obviously the Tara Williams statue is a literal statue, so everything's made out of stone. I get the impression that NotZoey was trying to have it so that the character's body turned to stone, but not their clothes.
I mean,
because there's no need to turn their clothes because I guess they don't move on their own.
I guess, but that's not normally how Medusa powers work in any media. I guess maybe that's technically how they'd work in reality, but not really. And no media has their clothes stayed the same. Medusa powers normally change the whole form.
To be honest, maybe they should because that implies that any fabric that they're touching specifically, like does it just spread like whatever they're touching or like i.e. the ground they're standing on? It's one of those things.
Maybe? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That is that's Medusa when she gets supercharged. Like you like supercharge her snakes. So when she looks at you, everything you touch turns to stone. It causes like a zombie apocalypse style virus that spreads across the world, turning everything.
No,
to stone.
we have a different Greek myth for that. We have King Midas for that cover. That basically.
Well, yeah, but wait a minute. I just realized, shouldn't King Midas' clothes be gold? And also, shouldn't everything he walks on be gold? That's not normally how it works. Normally, it's just his hands. Like, anything he directly touches.
Yes, so I guess it depends. I believe in some versions that it's people that touch him. I think the first ever time that I heard the King Midas story back in elementary school, I believe his wife tried to embrace him. And then that's when she got turned. Maybe she, I guess, maybe
it's just skin on skin contact or like skin on material contact.
Skin on skin, all of his newborn babies.
Oh God! Oh no! Like when like politicians kiss a baby or whatever. He just like does that to his like little subjects. He's like, "Oh guys, oh God, what happened to my baby?" It's like, oops, yeah. I forgot about
that. my king, I'm worried about your decor. These are some very interesting ornaments you've got going here.
Oh God.
Would you like one?
Listen, I'm just saying.
We've gone off topic.
You don't want King Midas being barefoot, okay? He'll turn the ground to gold, apparently.
Yep.
Oh, I did once get Gummy Touch, and that wasn't. It wasn't a cult. It was Rising Sun. And Rising Sun as Doc, I got Gummy Touch where everything I touched turned into candy. It was great.
Which, yeah, because we exploited that because we were in front of a sealed entrance, so it was like, yeah, just turn it all into candy.
It's like, okay, I'll touch the bookcase. Oh, it's a pile of gummy worms that the cat girls ate.
Exactly, that was the episode the cat girls were created in. So we like, okay, what do we do with these characters that are following us now? Have them clear the exit. Yes, we'll figure it out later.
Oh God, a cult was so random.
Yeah,
well, I mean, Quest of the Rising Sun was so random. So it's a cult.
They're both random.
But to be fair, a cult is kind of by design. A cult is by design. The Quest of the Rising Sun was not by design.
Mm-hmm. Well, aside from the fact that Vin used random, used like random tables all the time, so to some extent. But
God. Only if Doc was around more, he could give you all pills constantly, causing mayhem. Too bad Doc is dead at the moment.
Yeah, Doc is not really disposed at the moment. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Yeah, there is that. There is Scuba, of course.
Anyways, we have Caitlin here. Call her
Mhm.
Caitlin.
Defend herself from April. Pathetic.
Hey,
Prophecy
it's not.
said she has a
Don't threaten to beat me. Hey, someone threatened to beat me up. I'm the victim. I'm the victim here. Don't insult me, sir. This is rude.
Yeah,
I'm the victim here. How dare you?
yeah. So this is the popular jerk of the school, and also the most powerful student.
Of course. And of course,
You
there's
know,
a prophecy, and like she's the ultra mega special, destined to rule the world or something.
Yep. You got it.
My prophecy said she has a phoenix spirit animal. And my prophecy.
Oh well, the prophecy
Well-
was very specific about that, not just the thumbnail.
Normally prophecies are fairly vague. It's like, you shall destroy the world or rule it. It's like, okay, how? You shall destroy the world
Oh,
or
so like
rule
Percy
it.
Jackson.
It's like, okay, how though? What does that mean? It's like, that will happen. It's like, why? What does that even mean?
Like I said, well done. And how did you guess that? He's seen a story at some point in his life.
These are all.
You know, here's how you activate Vader Phoenix powers. You murder her. Okay, listen. Hear me out.
Mabel
She's a
gets her
Phoenix.
revenge for earlier. Yeah.
Listen,
No, I get
she's
what you're doing.
She's a Phoenix.
I got what
Just
you're doing, yeah,
murder
right.
her.
This is like the Salem witch trials. Drown her. If she survives, she's a phoenix.
Just listen. Just stab her. It will work, I think. Just go straight for the heart.
I was just searching up Solangelo. Wait, why are you searching up Solangelo? Specifically, like, I know I said Percy Jackson. I was finding like great prophecy in like the first 5 books. Solangelo wasn't even a thing at that point. Anyway, I remember this jerk kind of goes in Wiz Parody. The 4 public actors were in a poly relationship or something. Yeah, there we go. Also, volume's up, by the way. I just should account for that. He's just being very quiet.
But maybe the phoenix hasn't claimed her yet. Wait, is it even possible to have 2 spirit animals? Zuri would have been overthrown by now, and she would have become
You know
the
what
new
this
head
reminds me
girl.
of as well? Winx. The main
Okay.
character having a fire thing. Granted, Blue
Yes,
was like
I believe
a super
it
powerful
was called-
dragon.
yeah.
But like
It was called Dragon's Flame, actually, or just Dragon Fire in Spanish.
But
if
you
know
know,
the
it's
difference.
close enough. You know, main protagonist having being super powerful, and also having some secret fire ability that, unbeknownst to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's feeling a bit more like Winx meets Pokemon, because if you see like the stats and how they do that stuff, it looks like the Pokemon stats, and also the fact that they all have.
Oh
you know,
God,
spirit
is there
animals in the first
type
place.
advantage? Is type advantage a thing?
Not that we've seen, because we haven't seen like.
You're super effective.
That being said, we do have 4 highest ranking students apparently,
Do you
but they're
think?
not elite rankers because that's 1 level below high rankers.
What
I
do you
don't know.
think a Medusa Pokemon would actually be type wise? Like a rock type? What would be a Medusa themed Pokemon's actual type? He's like,
Rock Psychic.
yeah.
She had discovered her phoenix spirit animal already, anyways. This prophecy's the most confusing one yet. I should
You've had others.
just stay close to her.
Well, you see, there's been many Phoenixes before. They just didn't realize when they got murdered.
They were all the same one, but every time they have to wait for it to grow up again for them to try another time. She's like Elizabeth in 7 Deadly Sins.
Spirit
Oh,
animal is a
God.
phoenix, and I wouldn't want her to find out and have a chance of overthrowing me. As
By
the
the
most
way,
powerful
you're having this like long monologue in your head. Are you just standing there brain dead looking? She's just standing there petrified in front of the stone girl, and you're just like having a 2-minute monologue in your head. You're just
I
standing there with a
actually-
blank expression.
Yeah, so I actually I was gonna say, yeah, I actually made this point a couple of reviews ago. The way that usually like these internal monologues work is that you only have the main that have the character who is having the monologue on screen at any given time, or you make it very clear that you're in like another world and they're trying to and they're trying to put these together, if you have somebody else there, like Death Note, for example, and it's very like, and have it be very stylized.
You've
If
seen
you have
Death
just
Note?
a character, I mean, I've seen. I've seen various parodies of Death Note. It's been on my like actually to watch list multiple.
Wait, did you watch the
multiple years.
Gumball parody of Death Note, The Shippening? The one where Sarah gets
yes.
a book where I love that episode.
Yes, I did. They don't do the internal monologue thing in that one because it wouldn't have matched. But yes, I have seen that one. I've seen people analyze the Simpsons one as well. And the first time I ever heard of Death Note actually was real life Death Note, the Smosh video from 2012.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been meaning to watch it for years, but essentially I know how like that internal monologue mechanic works and like the red and blue symbolism behind that. That's usually an exception if you want to feature another character on there. Most of the time, it's an extreme close-up of the character, or they're the only ones on screen, because then you don't question if time is passing like you would in a situation where you see the characters behind clearly staring directly at the person having the monologue. That's the problem.
Yeah, and it's not even a short monologue. If it was like maybe a 30-second monologue, I'd be like, oh, that's fine. But this is like at least a minute-long monologue.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
True.
What?
Also, well, apparently the main character's name was Zoe. I just keep not catching the name. But yes, a self-insert perhaps. Yeah, you never know.
Oh wait, you know what? If Relays also NotZoey could have did instead of what if she made the character just like grayscale? She could have just like changed, maybe just made the stone character grayscale, and that would also be a way to do it.
I mean, I guess that would be like an incomplete stone transformation. I think at that point, like maybe like as she's, I guess, quote unquote thawing out. Maybe that's what happens. Like the stone is like crackling. That's how we represent that.
I just saved your butt, and all I get is a what?
Oh god, what's wrong with his sleeves when he changed his pose? Like that one pose with both arms out, both sleeves were covering his arms. Then he's back to the dumb half sleeve look where one sleeve's too long.
Every time he bends his elbows, the sleeves like just move and retract. Yeah.
Oh god, I hate this look. By the way, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's like, why are you having one sleeve down super long, the other sleeve pushed up?
After eye patches, that is definitely my least favorite Gacha aesthetic.
Oh, why help me out?
Maybe in joint second with, eyeless freaks.
I'm a nice guy. What can I say?
Well, thank
How about, do you know a good tailor?
you. I need to get to class.
This nice guy act is so annoying.
Oh.
I can't let her.
Wait a
You
minute.
have to act for like 2 seconds. Wait
a minute.
fed up.
I think I saw parts of the series before. Did it not end completely? Didn't it end like on? Didn't it just randomly stop one day?
I mean, the title here is discontinued. However, according to Bond, there is an episode 3 that's difficult to find.
Because I'm pretty sure I saw like an episode, because I remember one character trying to befriend the other character, but obviously having bad intentions for whatever reason. It's been, I don't know, I haven't seen it.
I mean, that
like
describes
ages.
a number of Gacha series. It could well be this one, but who knows? There we go.
Oh. Wait,
That's not even the right hand. That's not the right hand, is it?
She punched it. She punched it so hard her fist is bleeding. That's mildly concerning.
Overthrow me.
Oh wait, hold on. Wait. Did you wait? Now that I've rewound, look, she has her arm like outstretched like that. But I guess NotZoey thought, okay, I need to have her like in movement, so I'm gonna cut to this exact same pose. Yeah, look, and now we're in that same pose that we were in before. We're with the bleeding hands, and so bear in mind she punched with her left wrist. However, her right one suddenly starts bleeding. Big prank exposed video, Someone call H3H3, I don't know.
Ew, don't call them, they're awful. Anyways.
I was gonna say Leafy.
Don't call them either! Don't call either of them, they're awful!
That's why I hesitated. Fine, grade A under A. Oh wait, no, never mind.
I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are. I know who the other two are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Another controversial figure from the time.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, wait, he stoned everybody? Oh, okay. How powerful is his
Yes.
stoning abilities?
I gotta learn some tips.
Oh my god, Harvey! Look at the magical floating
Wait a
pencils.
second, wait a
The
second.
pencils
No,
are
no, 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 no,
levitating.
no, no, no. Go back. Wait a minute. Yeah. I like how some of they're talking with their eyes closed and just going at the edge of the paper.
Listen, they don't care what they're writing. They're care about moving their pencils.
Oh,
That's one thing that the show is missing, actually, some sound effects like the pencil.
about what you said earlier. Well,
How can it? He's just writing with his sleeve there. Ugh.
what do you mean by...
Why are you talking to me?
Why are you sitting next to her?
I have a question, that's why.
Okay. What?
So
Oh god, Jacob.
He's writing with his wrist now.
Oh god,
Is
it's
that
not
one
even...
of his? Is that one of his mystic skills from Mystic
No,
Hills?
okay. No, you see, there's actually... The snakes are in his hair, but they're in his sleeves. That's why they're so long. So the snake bit down on the pencil on the inside of the sleeve and is writing for him. That's what's happening here, okay? Trust me, I know.
That's even worse because the snake can't see through the sleeve. That's even worse.
Forever, I heard.
Well, you know
My
what?
name's
Maybe it's the same connection with the snakes under his body.
I guess we'll be deskmates from now on.
I don't think you like you.
Yeah, I don't think he has enough like brain power to comprehend what you just said. He's staring off in the distance, having a flashback right now.
Vietnam flashbacks.
Yeah.
Hey, can I borrow
Okay, no, she was directly looking at him while still writing. How?
your eraser?
Well, I mean, this is Gacha Live, so
Yo,
you can't
the
really tilt.
pencil!
You can't really tilt the head. To be fair, you can't really tilt the head or anything because Gacha
No,
Live.
that's not okay. Fine, yes, okay, sure, but you just hear the line she just said there.
Oh,
Wait
I
a
didn't
minute,
hear it.
I'm running it back. Right, here we go.
Scribble.
Hey, can I borrow your eraser?
Don't you have a eraser? And also, if NotZoey couldn't find another pencil model, you know what you could have did? You could have just took that model, copied it, and then had a version without the eraser having a write with. Just erase.
exactly. If
It's not that-
model already. Like, normally I would say, okay, maybe it doesn't have an art program, but no, we know that she's responsible for the backgrounds, and so we know there's an art program involved somewhere. So yes, an art background would have an eraser tool as the second tool normally. Just erase the eraser.
Erase the pink part. That's what I would do.
I mean, and also, that's even insinuating that she couldn't find another pencil that didn't have an eraser already. Are you telling me that every single art piece of a pencil that was online didn't have an eraser? Or potentially, again, if she drew the background, she couldn't have drawn a pencil without an eraser. Or used a pen.
Well,
Wait, actually, no, that wouldn't have worked.
Then you
as
wouldn't need an eraser.
fine.
Then you don't.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I'm going
all right.
to erase the pin writing with the pencil eraser, of course.
Yeah, I got too carried away towards the end there. Aside from the pen, I stand by everything else.
I forgot my...
You didn't
Declare
forget
Gacha
yours.
logic. No.
This isn't
Never.
even Gacha
Never on Gacha
logic. This
review.
isn't even in Gacha logic. This is just weird.
No, you may not borrow my eraser.
Because you're an idiot that can't tell what a pencil looks like.
This guy is getting on my nerves.
You think?
You have a very short fuse.
So,
That's the
are
case.
you and Cairo friends?
Look, there's an eraser on the pencil! There's an eraser again! You have a pencil and eraser! What are you doing, girl? Are you okay? I think this girl is insane, guys. Jacob is dead now. Anyways. It looks like you have a mic head now. Like your head's just your microphone when you're laying back like that.
Yeah. Ah. Jacob, come back. Anyone with eyes can see. This is stupid and not the same without it. I don't know.
Me? Friends with that asshole? He bullies people for fun, for God's sake.
Well, he seems like a nice guy to me.
Is what I used to tell my brother about some people that bullied me. It's like, oh, well, he's nice to me. Fantastic.
Well, that's great.
That means
helpful.
nothing. That means nothing.
Well, so much for trying to start a conversation. He's so mysterious.
Is he?
And cold.
He's just kind of distant and not interested in talking to you. Okay, I wouldn't call that mysterious.
I
That's
mean, we're basically in a YA novel right now, so yeah, this I would call it mysterious in that context. I want nothing to do with you. So mysterious. That guy in the background is having a hard time. That background is representing me at this point after seeing that last scene. And of course, everyone slides and fades independently of the camera shot. Like again, sometimes a bit of moving with the other characters is like a little bit of sometimes that's a stylized thing, trying to like replicate how a camera move in real life, but not if they're all like shuffling independently of each other like that.
You gotta pre-render some of this stuff.
I saw what happened in the hallway this morning.
Yeah?
And you didn't want to mention that in class? Weren't you just
weren't we just sitting next to each other all class and you didn't talk to me, and now you choose to talk to me when I'm talking to my friend Pinkie Pie over here? Rude.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I mean, I didn't want anything to do with you in class, but now that we're in more of a public setting, yeah.
That's Trevor. He never talks to anyone, let alone low rankers like us.
Yeah, until he remembers. Until his short-term memory kicks in again and he remembers. Yeah.
I would stay away from him. He's up to no good.
Well, wait, what do you mean?
And that's all he had to say?
He went
out of his way to...
I'm just saying, if you were nice to me earlier in the day, maybe I would be more inclined to hear you out. All I'm saying is if you were actually attempted to be nice to me at any point, maybe then I would be like, you know what? Okay. I understand.
Yeah, you know something. This is another one of those gacha shows where the commenters were talking about like how this could have gone on Netflix. To which I say, you know what? Yes, it could go on Netflix. I believe this is the year that Sierra Burgess came out, so yes, why not? It would fit right in.
Well, that was random. Girl,
it was
you
random in no
those
sense.
Powerful boys at school.
Oh my god, what is happening? Why you care? Why should we care? They're annoying. They're the worst. All of them. I hate them.
But they're powerful, and this society cares all about power, you see.
Oh god.
I wrote and now Trevor. Wait, do you even know how powerful he is?
She is new to the school, so new.
What? He's around the same rank as Cairo.
Okay,
I guess around because he's not a mystic, I guess. So
but do I know the rank of Cairo? Do I know Cairo's rank too?
Actually, yes, we do because because that was talked about before. These two had a conversation in their room together.
Oh, that was a very short scene. Why was that such a short scene? Okay.
Because I guess NotZoey forgot to have Trevor warn. Oh wait, no. Now I get it. We had to have Trevor talk to Zoe in the in the hallway so that best friend could spout statistics. You know what? Here's an idea. How about instead of that, just have the best friend in the same class and have a talk about Trevor afterwards? Like, You got to sit next to Trevor. So lucky. You know how powerful he is. Blah 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 blah. Exposition. I don't know.
Hey, Riley.
Okay, but like, I mean, yeah, combining the class scene and the hallway scene would have been so easy because like all you had to do, you didn't even have to change much line wise. Like all you had to theoretically do is have him right before he leaves be like, "Oh, by the way, you should stay away from Cairo. He's not
you
good
could change
news.
0 lines, in fact.
He's not good news." And then he leaves, and then the best friend runs over. It's like, wow, he talked to you? He's like super omega powerful. Oh my god!
That's what I was saying about last episode. We have it seems that around this time, NotZoey had all of the correct ideas, but didn't place them in the most effective locations.
Can I eat lunch with you here?
Oh, of course! Come sit! And yeah, that's what happened in my class today.
Oh, wow, we actually skipped the scene.
Hey, Trevor! Come sit with us!
Well, is
What do
he
you
like
want,
super
bro?
mega popular or whatever? You're just casually inviting him? Okay.
Well, I mean, Cairo is super mega popular. You would think that Trevor is also based on what they just said, but I guess because
Also,
I guess because Riley said that he doesn't talk to anyone, so I guess no one really hangs around, so he can't be classified as popular. But
also,
more like being
I
respected.
also one thing that really annoys me about design besides the sleeves thing. Look, okay, so look at this is a Gacha life problem with the layering, but at the same time, why did not Zoe apply like a jacket thing? Like he has like a jacket tied around his waist because it doesn't look good at the suit top. The way they're layered and stuff. It was like if it was
also,
layered.
he's actively wearing a school jacket. Why would he have a second one?
Yeah, I don't know why. It's one of those nonsensical like choices. I don't know why this is dressed up like it's like why are you wearing this?
Yeah.
Come sit with us. You look lonely.
No.
Girl, what were you thinking? High rankers like him don't hang out with people like us. That's an insult if you say that.
I mean, even if he was insulted, he seemed to be. It's not like his attitude changed somewhat, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, he seems just kind of like a jerk, which honestly makes him the perfect love interest because who wouldn't want to date a massive jerk?
But what do you mean? Cairo is the other mystic. So they're meant for each other.
I thought maybe him and I had become friends.
Did you?
Had become.
What do you mean?
Okay.
When did this happen? So you tried talking to him during
I'm
class.
gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix this. Instead of saying I would think that he and I have become friends, how about say I'm thinking he and I could become friends? It's a declaration of intentions if you do it that way instead of saying like, oh yeah, we became friends after he refused to lend me his eraser because I'm a blind idiot that didn't see 2 erasers in front of me.
And then also proceed to give me some random warning and then walk off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, what the seeds of friendship, guys. This is what friendship looks like.
People let me tell you about my best friend.
Well, people like him don't care about low rankers like us.
Well,
every line of this character is, hey, look how high ranking this character is. They don't care about low rankers like us. That's just the way that it is. Society. Have something else to say, please, Riley.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
She's a blind idiot. She has half of her vision. That's right. If she'd taken off the iPad, she could have seen the eraser. It would have solved all the problems.
Wait, are you sure her eyes isn't injured under there?
Take a shot every time they say rank. Take a shot every time Riley says rank. You'll get equally as drunk.
He's so high rank. He's so high level. He's so high rank. No one wants to be with us poor folk under our low ranks because we are so low ranked and they're so high ranked and so great. They're so high ranked.
Rank.
But I was
rank.
expecting.
Yeah, don't take a shot every time Aiden says rank. That's too
rank.
much.
I'm going to kill you off alcohol
Hey,
poisoning.
I can always introduce you to my other friends if you want.
It's okay, Riley. I'm just glad to have such a kind person as my roommate.
What? No, wait, hold on. Wait.
Why do you decline having friends? Why do you
no.
decline that? Okay.
Wait a second. Hold on. So, a moment ago, she said that she thought she'd become friends with a guy that actively hates her. And here is Riley, who she acknowledges is a supportive friend, offering to expand her friendship circle, and she declines? She would rather be friends with someone who wants nothing to do with her, specifically because, I don't know, whatever.
The rank or something.
Girl, you have issues. Like,
listen,
sign.
Listen, I just want the guy who doesn't like me currently to like me, okay? It's normal. I only want the person who actively doesn't like me to like me. Plain as day. It's obvious. You know, and like, I don't want to be with people who may or may not like me. I don't want to be with them. I want to be with him. He doesn't like me, and he's the perfect love interest. I mean, we're practically soulmates.
Remember in the first episode where we like occasionally saw like the actual spirit animals and the powers, and we had a few like
oh yeah,
demonstrations
where
and,
have
like,
they
the fun
been?
Scenes.
Where have they been?
Yeah. Oh great, we've been Royale Fair Academy again. It
Oh
really is
God,
like that.
we're in the
You're right.
building. We're in the business. We're in the building again. No.
Dude, I heard about this morning. Is it true?
What?
What? You
Did you see that one character next to him? Wait a second, I'm gonna go back.
I have such a kind person as my roommate.
Watch this.
Dude, I heard about this morning.
She's so angry.
Is it true?
She's like, grr, grr.
Not her, the one in the background going,
Oh, that girl. Yes, I can see her. She kind of looks like Mrs. Dysart. She had pink eyes.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say she had pink eye. I was like, oh wait a minute.
no, she has like light pink eyes. Also, by the way, I don't like how this one girl's hair is devoid. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I think I pointed that out last time. I'm not sure. This, by the way, is the other girl that Zoe bumped into in the first episode that actively stopped her friend Mabel from tormenting her further, which is far more of a contribution or far more of like a subversion of what you'd expect from a high ranker than anything that Cairo did, because all that Cairo did was nothing, and yet then the school doesn't talk about them in the slightest.
What?
What? You
Because
helped
they're not meant to fall in love, Jacob. They're not meant to be love interests, and they're not meant to make out under the moon or something.
Yeah, unlike the two boys that have done far less in this case, you know.
Yeah, obviously. God.
One more shot.
Rank her out. Why?
Ooh, Kyra has.
Rank her out? Wait a second. No. Go back. This doesn't count as a second shot, by the way. I need to hear that line.
What?
What? You helped a low rank her out.
Oh, a low rank her out. What's that pause? You know you can edit that out in like audio. You know you can shorten that pause. A
Okay,
low
well, no, even
rank her
no,
out.
I think actually in this case, even if you shorten the pause, it'd still be like even a low rank her out. Like it still would sound like weird if you do it that way. That's again a line that requires redirection if the voice actors get it wrong.
Oh God. Low rank her out.
Low rank her out.
My best guess is maybe that was
Hello
like
there, children.
My best guess is ranker was in low. Low was like in italics for that line, so it's meant to be you helped a low ranker out or something like that. Where it's like emphasized on the low part.
That would have been read out as low ranker out. I think what might have actually happened, my speculation is that the paragraph ended there, not the paragraph, but the line ended there, so it like went to the line below, and it wasn't, and it was read separately, maybe even over a page break.
Why?
Maybe.
Ooh, Kyra has the hots for dumb.
Yes, that's right. Doing nothing equals low.
Listen, listen. This is love interest. They love each other. They're meant to be together for love triangles. They're meant to go more, obviously. They're destined for each other.
Yeah.
Stop it, Mabel. Cairo doesn't have to tell you two anything.
But seriously.
Oh, you know what? I'll say one thing. I like how the background characters actually do have like their back face forms, and that they actually do match the ones we see on the side. That I appreciate.
See, Cairo, what's going on? You've seemed so distant and troubled lately.
Nothing's wrong, dude. I'm fine.
Yeah, and chickens can fly.
I mean,
I
thought
can't
Cairo
they?
would-
I don't believe so, actually.
wouldn't even talk to a low ranker, let alone protect one. And look where we are now. Anything's possible at this point.
Are you guys questioning my judgment?
No, not at all.
Yeah. we're just
Yeah.
worried
What
for
do you mean? As you totally were. I think everybody knows you're questioning his husband. It's so obvious.
Yeah. May I remind you, I'm a mystic ranker.
You don't need to remind us. They all know.
We all know.
Ah!
We all know
Take
how
care-
dare you.
Of myself. Now goodbye, guys.
Bye,
But your burger's still complete. What
Cairo.
the-
And also, there may be
Ugh.
still milk in the milk jug.
Cairo's
Oh,
gonna.
No, he no that he definitely like finished it all up. He's like milk thug.
oh
Milk
God.
thug. No
I
one
want
drink
milk
as much milk
now.
as the milk thug. Milk thug. You know I drink straight out the milk jug. That's a
Yeah.
really old Smokey
God.
reference.
When I was in middle school and high school, I literally would buy like 3 to 4 milks from the cafeteria.
Oh, so you definitely appreciate the milk thug lifestyle. Okay.
Yes.
Giving false hope to the lower rankers that they can confront or talk back to us without getting harmed.
She bumped into him. That wasn't a confrontation.
What he does
And she said sorry as well.
doesn't concern us. If he cares about that girl, then so be it.
Oh, you know
Yeah,
what?
see, again, she seems weirdly was like she was called out before saying, "Oh, you didn't pity her, right?" And she immediately said no and said it was all strategy. But to be honest, I feel like that character has a bit more of a heart of gold than she lets on. Unlike Cairo, actually, whose internal thoughts we have heard and can verify he's not feeling that.
Listen,
What was
okay,
that?
listen. I want void hair girl and main protagonist to date. Okay,
You know,
I think
I
they'd
was
be more
actually-
compatible. I think they'd be more
wait,
compatible
Aiden.
than either of the boy
Aiden.
love interests right now.
Aiden, I was literally just about to say that the Void Girl and Mabel, who's the redhead girl, remind me of Amity and Boscha, with
Oh,
Void
God.
Girl being Amity, which would
Oh my god!
That-
Yes.
okay, yeah, sure.
What about?
Hmm.
Hey,
okay.
Brooke.
Yes, I frequently back away. Oh, so her name's Brooke, not Zoe. Okay, not Zoe.
Oh.
What class are you heading to?
To see.
Okay, now I could start seeing people like having the talk, like rumors about them, because now he's actively, pursuing her and trying to seem,
Well,
he's got to put the nice girl act on again.
that class is on my way to my class. Let's walk together.
Yeah, you're
Sure,
totally
I
not
get-
making her uncomfortable at all. Look at her face; she's so comfortable right now.
What do
I
you
love
mean? She
them.
loves to make friends like before. The
Well,
second that he starts being nice, she loses interest. Again, she has issues.
It's like, how dare you be nice to me? No. I need you to viciously hate me so I can try to be your friend. Why can't
Yeah.
this happen?
But don't actually be my friend, because then the chase is over, obviously. Also, he's switched personalities because he's trying to put on a nice guy act, so he's doing it on purpose. She's
Yeah.
just
She's
crazy.
just stupid.
What's Cairo doing with her? Isn't she a low ranker?
That's
Like, the character said she a low ranker was saying it directly to her face. Pick a different NPC, not NPC. Jeez, I think I'm D&D again. Pick a different extra.
so weird. Cairo never talks to.
I guess that one character's really celebrating. Like, yes, OTP, OTP, OTP.
Anyone
God,
like
that's
that.
not Zoe. She's really shipping them so hard right now.
It actually does kind of look like NotZoey. So maybe actually, I'm not sure if that was the design at the time or not.
So, tell me something about you.
I like the color.
Well, I need to get to class. I thought we were walking to class right now. I kind of need to get to class. This is my class.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, we're early. Tell me something about yourself.
Oh God, the lockers thing.
There's nothing here, by the way. That was some miming work. That was some mime work right there. You know?
Oh, that's cool. Why did you move here?
I see he shares my disdain for small talk. What do you say? What do you say?
Cairo, I don't want to seem rude, but why are you talking to me? People like you don't associate yourselves with low rankers like me.
Oh my god! Stop saying it! Please! Please, woman! Stop saying the phrase low ranker! I don't care! Stop it! Ah!
I guess Riley's one-note personality is rubbed off on her now. It's a shame she doesn't want to expand her circle of friends. Although then again, maybe they all just have a cult spewing low-ranking propaganda consistently.
Don't buy the low-ranking propaganda.
Low-rankers like us always need to know our place, isn't that right, friends? Yes, we need to know our place.
Guys, it sounds less like it does sound like a cult, but also sounds like something else that is very adult. Oh god.
I was thinking like a hive mind.
If
don't
this
mind
is some
me.
sort of
I'm painted.
The apotheosis is upon us. We keep meeting like this, don't we, Paul?
rank, please drop
Oh
it.
god, apotheosis. Like what is it? Like the whatever the entity is. It's called X Paul.
It was Pokey, I think, at the time.
Pokey X Ball. It's like Paul. I want to change you. I want to be with you in every way possible. It's like, but we can't.
I'm sorry, you've lost.
Listen,
Yeah, he
can't,
still
can't.
loves.
Oh god.
Okay. Also,
I
yes,
do,
that too.
yes. Yes. I'm tainted.
I just want to make a new friend. Trust me, I do.
Oh god, where's the hand? Oh god!
Okay,
What's wrong
that
with
was in
your
the
hand?
thumbnail. That was in the thumbnail. I saw it before. That was in the thumbnail.
What is it? What's wrong with
I
your
always-
wrist?
I-
Are you okay?
I always appreciate when, they're trying to like do a thing with like 3 dimensions or have something pop out. It didn't quite work in this case. I think it's maybe the outlines being so thin in contrast to the Gacha character that's kind of thrown me off. Actually,
I'm scared. Also,
if it had the same outlines as like the rest of his actual body, it probably wouldn't be as daunting as it is right now.
This looks awful. I hate it.
Oh God, what's wrong with your hand?
Let's learn math.
Today's subject. Yeah. I used to listen to that song again. Actually, I was thinking about that today. The elbow is
Listen.
bent the wrong way. What do you mean? That's perfectly normal.
Yeah, only normal people have this style. Man. Oh god.
Hey, you, pathetic low ranker. We need you for target practice after school.
Vote Mary, I guess.
I think this is considered harassment. Oh god, did you cut off her hand? You cut off her
Wait a
hand!
second.
What did you
Wait.
do?
Wait.
Whoa!
Is it gonna... Oh, no. Okay, and once again, it switched hands. She had the other hand outstretched. She had an upstage hand. In this case, the right.
What
But
did
no,
you
it's
do
on the
to
left
her
now.
hand? Did you like cut it partially to the bone?
No, see, it wasn't a backwards hand before. It was backwards because it flopped as the bones went out of place. Anyway.
Don't touch her.
What?
Oh, now it's changed again. It's changed
Yeah,
hands
now it's
again.
back. It's back to normal. Back to normal. Yep,
Oh
okay.
god.
Thank you back there for helping me out.
Of course. Anything for a friend.
Ew.
This
Trying too hard.
is so weird.
Yeah.
Based on other people, Cairo isn't a nice guy. Why would he be helping me? Unless...
You know, actually, one of the books that I read most recently was did have this kind of relationship. You know, again, so it would have been entirely cliche if the main character didn't have a boyfriend at the time. but yeah, it was a case of like, there's the one it wasn't like a popular guy in the situation. It was actually the reverse. She was the popular girl and he was like the least popular, but because of her magic being awakened, she had to change tracks, and so he became her coach. And it turns out he was actually he was actually like much nicer, misunderstood, and all that stuff. So it was presented like,
I
I
don't think he's misunderstood though. I think he's evil.
No, this guy not so much. But we know that he's putting on an act. In that book, it was like a mystery, so you were supposed to speculate whether or not he was putting on an act. And
this is giving Vampire Diaries. Okay, you have the first love interest who is a semi-decent guy, who the main character probably
so it's not Vampire Diaries then.
Who probably should technically be with, but then you have the other guy who's like a bad boy, who's like the worst scum of the earth. But deep down, he may have the chance to be a good guy, who she eventually ends up getting with.
But we don't have that because both Cairo and Trevor have been horrible people.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the other guy's meant to be a deep guy. Deep down, this guy isn't a good guy initially, but he's gonna become a good guy, or at least that was the story intention. Is the vibe I'm getting, that he's like gonna slowly learn to be a better or gonna like realize what he's doing is wrong after he catches real feelings or whatever happens, or what would happen if it was continuing onwards, because clearly they're setting up two love interests instead of the one girl who I think would be so much better. I mean, I know her hair is the void, but I can overlook that if they get together. I can overlook that part. I can overlook that one major flaw. It's fine.
Yeah, you know something actually. That kind of reminds me a little bit of like something that I remember seeing in a video talking about where the topic of Snape and Dumbledore came up, because both of those figures you're supposed to perceive as some way, but eventually like your perception is subverted of them in completely opposite ways. We're supposed to love Dumbledore from the beginning, but later on we find out, as people do as they grow up, that the big like authority figures seem like the most like perfect pillars of society, have layers to them, and their own demons and such. Versus Snape, you're supposed to hate from the first minute he's there, and you gradually see like, okay, while not a good person, he eventually tried to for the sake of one person who wouldn't put the situation if it weren't for him anyway, to at least put some of that aside and fight the good fight to a certain extent. So it's a case of like, the more you know about someone, the risk like, okay, everyone's more complicated in that way. I think it's kind of like almost the reverse of what's happening here, where we have, but through dramatic irony, we actually know what Cairo is about. But in terms of what Brooke's supposed to take out of this, she's supposed to take out, okay, the person who seems nice to her isn't, and the person who I guess isn't maybe is, if you're following your theory. So kind of like the reverse of that, really. Yeah. Okay, hold on a second. Entertain the stream. I've got an image apparently.
Oh yeah, it's a screenshot of the girl crying with her hand probably should be cut off.
Okay, yeah, I guess mostly Bon was talking about the eyes again, which bear in mind.
Oh yeah, it is cross-eyed a little bit.
Well, yeah, but Ghosty made that point in the last episode multiple times, so I don't think I need to repeat it, basically. But yes, the shrunken eyes shrink way too far down, and they tend to like vibrate a lot more. That was an issue in episode 1. That remains an issue here. There we go.
He had another motive. I still can't trust him. And I need to find out why he's doing this.
Part of me kind of wishes that she was a tad more naive to it, because us as the audience know he has bad intentions, but I feel like it would be more impactful if she didn't suspect any bad intentions from him on this, because it feels like she got a little bit too much of a head start, because like outside of him being weirdly too nice, I kind of wish she was a tad more naive to it, or at least a tad more hopeful. Like,
actually, given all the issues that she has in terms of what we've talked about already, I feel like this is actually a refreshing change of pace. If anything, considering everything that if someone told you, if like multiple people told you to stay away from a particular person, but they seem nice to you, you would at least be suspicious of that person overall. So it's kind of inevitable that she would at least think of something in this particular case. If anything would look worse on her character, she actually disregarded the word of everyone else. You know,
I
that
mean,
all
maybe
corroborate each other.
then, but then I wouldn't have us actually know his intentions bluntly. Like, instead of having that
Yes,
internal
that's true.
monologue, he just freezes everybody and then whatever walks off. You know,
Yeah, so
saves her.
it becomes the situation with
where
with
she
the book that I
suspects
read.
it, but he may actually have good intentions, but we don't know if he does.
Yes,
we know he
and
doesn't
then
have
the audience are, you know, that's what happened in the book that I read. And
But the
ironically
thing is-
enough,
but
the main character in that story is actually named Zoe.
The thing is here, though,
What are the odds?
she suspects some sort of bad intentions. We, as the audience, know he has bad intentions, so it makes this kind of storyline a tad weaker. Because since both parties, one party suspects it, one party knows it, instead of one party suspecting it, the other party not knowing. You know.
Mm-hmm. No, I got what you were saying before. I just read into the book that I read, and I met.
Yeah, I don't know.
Friends. I mean, he seems really nice. Wait, no. Riley and Trevor warned me about him. Don't be so gullible.
Why are you listening to Trevor, though? Trevor's been an awful person to you, too, so far. He's not been nice to you. I understand listening to your actual friend, but, like,
I think it's because both of them, like, they have nothing to do with each other, but they have the same perception, which means that it's more likely to be true.
I don't know. I mean, if I have bad blood with anyone, I am less likely to listen to them. Even if
but that goes back to, you know, people being complicated. Someone can not get along with you, but still be right about something.
Maybe.
Eyes and ears sharp, and your senses alive. Oh God, what am I saying?
Yeah, it's actually better to at least like entertain the notion until you can actively disregard it, rather than just say, okay, this is where the mouth is coming from. Everything they say is a lie, therefore I'm going to disregard it completely, automatically. Because that would also mean disregarding your friend at the same time.
Hey, Cairo, how was class?
I guess the full journey was too much to animate. I don't know.
Decent.
So, Cairo, why are you helping her?
That character back was walking off in a trance. Someone keep an eye on her.
Oh God, she's being lured away by sirens. Oh no.
Yeah, no, this is if there's ever like an there's ever like an academy arc or something in a cult, that's what's gonna happen. The students are gonna walk off in a trance like this.
Oh my God.
Oh wait, no, hold on. No, that is literally what Fred did in the last one shot. Let's go play hide and seek. I know a good spot.
Oh God, I forgot about that. Oh God. But you know, I would actually like to do like an academy storyline in Occulta. I don't know. Maybe I'll bake that into season 3 or something.
I mean,
academy.
Them being called to investigate some issue in a school. I mean, you could even go with like the classic, like, you know, school spirit thing of like, you know, there's like a haunting or something, and we're, you know, called there. Then again, that would also be a good reason to include Cora in the story again, because we might call her for advice on spirits.
By the way, speaking of sirens, sirens were verbally mentioned once in season 1 of Mermaid Tales.
Okay.
We didn't get much detail besides apparently sirens lured in humans and
that is what they
brainwashed them, and that's all Zane said. Which
that is what they do. Yes,
that's all Zane said. Well, this was because I was editing clips from you. So that's why I listened to the clip again, because like, oh, that's a thing that was said.
Yeah,
this is a thing that was briefly name dropped.
All right.
It's not like you. She's a low ranker.
And
us high rankers just don't associate with disgraces
like I was rooting for you, Void girl. I was rooting for you. We could have had lesbians, but no.
Okay, all right. Look, Aiden, don't worry. All is not lost. Remember, like the start of Amity's character arc. She was kind of like this. There's still hope.
It's not your business.
Well, the show's canceled, so there is no hope. the show is no longer not continuing. So
there's still hope on AO3.
Oh God.
Which has been revamped apparently. Actually, they've got better navigation now.
It's just not like you. I'm your friend. You
1, 2, 3, I need Yuri.
can tell me anything.
Oh, okay.
Don't mention this subject again.
She can't
she
hear
hear
you.
you?
She
Yeah.
can't hear you. She's stoned. She's
both
stoned.
clocked onto that? Like, is that how that works? Are you still, like, cognizant of things that you're petrified?
Sir, I am stoned. I don't know what you said to me after when I turned stoned because I'm stoned.
Mm-hmm. In some cases, I think I'd rather not be cognizant as I'm turned to stone. That'd be a horrifying existence.
Oh god, that would be
I won't
horrifying.
let anyone take away my success. I can't let anyone overthrow me.
Oh my
I have
god,
to
Jacob!
manipulate-
Jacob!
What?
Jacob, check your DM.
What is it?
Look what's coming out soon. Look what's coming out soon.
Oh, great. Okay, what is... Alright,
I'm going feral! Anyways.
Okay, another episode of the show that is currently airing. Cool.
I have obsessions. I'm hyper-fixating. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so excited. Oh my god. I'm so excited.
I could go on the fence at the beginning of this, but hey, you know.
Okay, I'm excited about Mermaid Tales. Everything else now I'm grossed out by. But the Mermaid Tales in My Street in whatever, proper role plays I'm excited about. Go seriously, go check out Mermaid Tales if you haven't seen.
Oh, there we
wow, episode 3! Wonder how this show will progress.
Well, actually, remember, there is apparently in episode 3 that, Bond mentioned, so we've got a little bit more to cover in terms of Cairo's quest to not be overthrown. The Kronos effect is strong with him, apparently.
Apparently.
Well, I guess for Kronos effect, really would have to be that he overthrew someone else beforehand, so maybe not Kronos effect, but I don't know.
I'm so excited. Mermaid Tales, and maybe next episode may or may not involve mermaids. I'm perfectly fine. Next episode of Occulta. I'm specifying that.
Oh, I thought just be like, yeah, we talk about Mermaid Tales for a second. There's like, what?
Occulta may or may not involve mermaids, which I need to talk to you about that after the stream, Jacob. Anyways. I need to talk to you about that kind of stuff too, as well.
Okay. Well, we can briefly discuss that because I mean, quite frankly, I want to go and watch the Miraculous. I need a detox from this. But we'll talk about that briefly after we cut the cameras. For now, let's summarize the episode, I suppose.
So a bad boy is trying to get close with protagonist girl because she is ultra special magical fairy princess. Cosmic thing, apparently.
Awesome.
Yeah. But so he's trying to manipulate her because even though he's high ranking and she's low ranking, and
he's mystic ranking.
That is so
important.
That's so important in this episode. And main protagonist girl's trying to befriend a guy who doesn't want anything to do with her. And her actual friend then offered, hey, you can meet my friends. And she's like, nah, I'm good. I want to pursue a jerk instead. And now she's befriending the guy who has bad intentions, who she's thinking may have bad intentions. And as the audience knows, he has bad intentions. And that's the story. I don't know what happened in the very beginning of the episode. I can't attest to that.
Yeah, I mean, partly was the case we met Riley. She said rank about 7 other times.
Rank.
Yeah.
Oh God. I think
and we had to talk about the rumors that were happening beforehand.
I kind of see what NotZoey is going for here with the idea of having different ranks and how there's classism, and you know what, that is interesting. Maybe this show would have led into class solidarity eventually. I don't know.
Or at least, or at least the first wave in it. I imagine this would be a first wave of someone. But then again, maybe not actually, because if the main character's supposed to become a mystic rank, then that sort of defeats the purpose of it from that mouth that's being spoken through.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that a lot of people agree on is that you know, most of the time you would like a message about oppression to come from the oppressed group, for the most part. By all means, a lot of people should spread the message, but I mean, if you want to have like a main spokesperson, usually it's best custom to have someone represented from that. But there you go.
But NotZoey especially had to, like, definitely shouldn't have had and talk about, say the word rank as much and talk about rank as much. Maybe have it be slightly vaguer, like they mention rank in the middle of the episode, but beyond that point, they don't actually say the word, and it's like one of her kind or one of her, you know, or something. It's like someone like her or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
To
something a bit vaguer.
To play devil's advocate for just a second, because I do agree with you, but just to play devil's advocate, maybe the idea was that because they say it so much, because that's meant to, you know, clarify their obsession. The problem is it doesn't come off that way, being that their obsession as a society with ranks and power overall, which was established in the first episode, doesn't come across that way because it feels like they're all repeating the same points that have been made before. Like one character can make that point and then like reiterate that a scene later, or two scenes that could have like been matched up together. They're all making like the same points like slightly differently to each other is fine, but they all talk with the exact same rhetoric with no like variation for their characters, or a sense that they themselves should know all this information that the audience don't, or the audience do, because they grew up with it, but the audience knows from the first episode alone. So yeah, so I think with TV episodes, you sort of get this, especially in like the first season or something, where they're still trying to establish everything. I've been watching Code Lyoko, so that's on my mind. But yeah, with internet shows, you don't really need to do that, or streaming shows, because people are already in the habit of watching them back to back or going back to remind themselves, because they have on-demand entertainment. That is what the internet falls under. So it really is unnecessary to go this hard into that, even if it was to portray that obsession, because the obsession alone is a point that we have also had bashed into our skulls by this stage. Other than that, yeah, on the technical side of things, we still have a few of the issues from last episode: the shrinking eyes, apparently the non-isometric rotated backgrounds, which is, you know, it's really a minor thing, but I just kind of noticed it that one time. We do have great use of extras with actual backfacing as well, when it's appropriate, and probably the best I guess composed cafeteria scenes that I've seen since the Music Freaks. So,
yeah, which I think she took part of Mr. Music Freak style with the exact way it was implemented.
It's entirely possible. I mean, it's that oh wait, actually, hold on. I don't know if timeline wise that matches up.
Maybe, I don't know. I found it.
No. Well, I can check that because I've got the tab open, so I can just you know look that up. Let's see.
It'd be episode 2 of the Music Freaks. Is when
no. July 2020. So yeah, this episode came out after Music Freaks already like started in April 2020. So yes, that first cafeteria scene from episode 1 would have happened by this point. So yeah, it is entirely possible that it was inspired by that, but it makes sense. It's a good source of inspiration. I've attempted myself to emulate that for Upwitch Academy because I have a cafeteria scene, and that's part of the reason the episode was put off for so long, because that one cafeteria scene has been destroying me every time I try to attempt it. So I applaud someone who succeeded in that effort. But yeah, when it comes down to the characters and the story, most other things, not so much. I can't applaud those that much. With the exception of Brooke being perceptive enough to actually be suspicious and not just, you know, a naive protagonist at first. Yeah. She's not falling for what Kairo's putting down immediately. She's still indulging him a little bit, so he might have to... It just means he's going to have to work harder to keep up that facade, which means that his goal is, you know, one that he's going to try to strive for, and that he's actually going to have some difficulty, unlike probably most of other things in his life. So that aspect I appreciate, but again, everything else on top of that, the obvious love triangles, the ignoring of, I guess, the potential Yuri, I don't know. That too. All of that stuff, you know, worth pointing out. What's worse, Spirit Animals or Unbounded? Yes, Unbounded was by NotZoey. Spirit Animals for me is definitely worse overall. because Unbounded episodes 1 and 2, I actually remember, very much enjoying. NotZoey definitely learned how to toe the line between opening exposition a bit more. There was still a little bit of that, but and mystery behind what's actually going on. The characters that you see in that, not just from the main character's perspective, but you get a sense of like their motivations or their actual drives from just their interactions and the animation alone, or some of the very choice words they make. So it's better composed overall. I remember episode 3 was the one that I really wanted, I crashed out on that one significantly. So episode 3 kind of like diminished like the rest of the series for me, but not to the extent the Spirit Animals has. But who knows, maybe episode 3 of Spirit Animals will recover it this time rather than plunge it into further depths. But then again, it may also answer the question as to why the show was truly discontinued. But the other speculation that we had was that it had to do with Wiz Gaming, and we'll find that out on Tuesday, because tomorrow's D&D. So stay tuned for that, of course, on the Butter Bunch. Say probably around this. I don't know actually what time we're doing it. But we'll be
3. We're aiming
time.
for 3, but it may be 4 by the time
EST,
we
that
go
is.
live.
So yes. So basically, yeah. I guess we will be live. The usual stream time that these episodes tend to begin. But yeah, I guess if D&D is not your thing, then tune in on Tuesday for the parody version of this very thing. I mean, I was going to say, I wonder how Wiz is going to destroy it, but I mean, there's a lot to make fun of this time. So we'll see. But for now, please leave a like or dislike, because your opinion matters. And got those already. And on that note, until next time,